So I knew I was okay. He sold 11 million records. And he had deals with Jay-Z and them, but Jay-Z ain't never did. I always tell him all the time, Jay-Z ain't treat you like this.
Oh, he definitely like playing, you know, this nigga.
Jay-Z might not even say hard as though.
So we just, had a, lit. Jay-Z will never take you to a party like this.
A lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleak and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh, yeah.
That's why you got niggas like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill. You
look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene.
Don't complain, but he's got a good life, man.
Yeah, really. Jim Jones just poked the wrong bear, and Uncle Murda is not letting it slide. Jim tried to clown Tony Yayo for saying 50 Cent takes better care of his people than Jay-Z, but that joke flipped on him quick. Uncle Murda, who's been close to both the Rockefeller and G-Unit camps, stepped in and started talking real, and the internet went crazy over it. Murda didn't sugarcoat a thing. He said 50's been feeding his day ones for decades, keeping his circle tight, his crew paid, and that loyalty strong. Meanwhile, when it comes to Jay-Z, once you stop being useful, that Rock Nation brunch invite disappears fast. Fans online started saying Jay runs things like a cold business. No emotion, just contracts and deals. But with 50, it's all about loyalty and family.
Spoke about how
Jay don't look
out for Bleak like Fib look out for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
And then he said he eat his home halal.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
I'm chewing halal on my own.
He eats on his own. I eat on my own too.
Right.
I go on my own tour. I just came off tour.
Right.
When have you seen Bleak on tour? On his own. Jay-Z is not a bad guy. Bleak is not a bad guy. I'm not saying. I'm saying to you that Jay-Z was all business with them niggas. When Buck up on his taxes, 50 a piece or more. When Prodigy bought a house and needed more money, 50 a piece or more. Prodigy are paying back. The thing with 50 is, it was business and we was friends. I don't feel like Bleak was Jay-Z friend. I don't feel like Young Guns was Jay-Z friend. It came to a point where 50 was helping Siegel.
Let's run it back to how this drama started. Tony Yayo sat down for an interview and spoke facts that hit home with fans. He said Jay doesn't really look out for his people like 50 does. According to Yayo, 50 always made sure his crew was good, flying them out, putting them on tour, giving TV cameos, and letting them in on business plays.
But the nigga keep showing up next to the down. That's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got issues. He show up around me. So I mean, you don't get music, because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around nigga, when he come around, how your antennas go on. So he in a position where he might feel like he did, but he ain't.
All he ever asked for in return was loyalty. Then Jim Jones jumped in, and that's when things turned messy fast. During a convo with Memphis Bleak, Jim started throwing shots at Tony Yayo, calling him broke, and saying he's still living off 50 Cent's name. That's when Uncle Murda stepped in, swinging hard, and dropped a line that shook the internet.
A lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleak and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh,
yeah. That's why. That's why you got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill. You
look like you need to be taken care of, nigga. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
that
help.
You might need 2 ounces.
That's why
paid in full move. I got a G for every bump in your face. I promise you that. I promise you that.
Why you worrying about
peon? You broke. You know I got it.
I was in 50 crib, no roaches and all that, little spot, small spot. Nobody believes in that. You playing Get Rich or Die Trying already in the crib. You had to ask that done. Like, all right. What's the and like, everybody get confused. Because they don't think that your dream is gonna come. Mm-hmm. But you gotta, you know what I mean? That's why I respect him. Because we had more of an assist. We had 50 Cent. So I knew I was okay. He sold 11 million records. Even motherfucker, he got deals with Jay-Z and them, but Jay-Z ain't gonna never. Dude, I always tell him all the time, Jay-Z ain't treat me like this.
Oh, he definitely like playing this.
Jay-Z might not even say hard though.
So we just had the party we was just at in Miami with the Kardashians, Serena Williams, and everybody. We just finished performing. Great time, right? First thing my man here want to say, yeah, lit. Jay-Z will never take you to a party like this.
You might get him.
Jay got business partners, but 50 got brothers. That bar hit deep because it touched a real truth. Jay might build empires, but 50 builds loyalty. Murda wasn't just backing 50, he was exposing the gap between corporate love and real street loyalty. The streets went wild after that, and suddenly everyone was taking sides. Some said Jim was way out of line for disrespecting Yayo, while others said Murda just reminded everybody who the real boss in this game is. 50 Cent keeps his crew close because they earned it from day one. Loyalty means everything to him. Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo made that loud and clear in a recent interview. They even spoke on how Jay-Z never looked out for Murda the way 50 did, and Yayo kept it simple. 50 never forgot who was there when he was broke, hustling, and had nothing. Those same people stayed solid, so now he's keeping them shining and flying. But here's where it gets spicy. The internet's completely split over this one. Some people are backing Jim Jones, saying Tony Yayo still lives off 50 Cent's name, and that Jay-Z doesn't have to flex his generosity online like 50 does. They argue just because Jay ain't posting screenshots doesn't mean he's not quietly helping his people behind closed doors. But on the flip side, way more folks are dragging Jim for jumping into drama that had nothing to do with him. One person online fired off, Jim Jones running his mouth like he ran when somebody put hands on him. Another fan said it straight. We all know Jimmy doing the most just to stay relevant. Then another wrote, Jim said he better than Yayo. Enough said. The comment section is going crazy right now. People are choosing sides, and it's getting messy fast. Now let's talk about that killer line from Uncle Murda. Jay got business partners, but 50 got brothers. That wasn't just wordplay. That came straight from experience. Uncle Murda's time at Rockefeller was short, barely a year before he linked with G-Unit, and once he did, he saw what real loyalty looked like.
About Fifth, he always was just like tight with his money. Eminem, tight with his money, so you learn to kind of save instead of spending. 50 encouraged us, yo, you get money, go get a house. That's like Uncle Murda, he's down with us now. He was signed to Jay-Z, he got his first house being down with us.
Right.
He gave me my first Jacob watch and 50 said, yo, don't forget, blow your head off for that. See, 50 he was ahead of his time. That's what people didn't understand. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot.
Get the socks.
See, that's when a nigga love you, nigga. Get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Because he making sure you don't get your shit split.
50 doesn't just keep people around for deals. He puts them in position to win, showing them how to move smart and make money the right way. Yayo's been riding with 50 since those early G-Unit mixtape days, and all these years later, 50's still making sure his boys booked on international stages. It's not just about private jets, fancy suites, or designer fits. With 50 Cent, it's about building wealth and legacy. Tony Yayo even revealed that 50 taught him how to manage money, invest smart, and build long-term stability. And get this, Uncle Murda said he finally bought his first house after signing with 50. That's not just loyalty, that's leadership. When Murda linked up with G-Unit, everything flipped. 50 didn't just give him a verse or a quick shout out, he brought him into the business, opened doors, and made sure his name stayed buzzing in the streets. That's what separates 50 from the rest. He doesn't treat his people like disposable co-workers, he treats them like family. Once you're solid with him, you're solid for life. He's built a legacy based on loyalty, not just contracts or checks, but real connections that last. But when you look at Jay-Z's circle, the energy feels totally different. Jay moves like a CEO running $1 billion empire. Everything's business, everything's transactional.
Build a certain way, but they fool the world, make them think that way, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I wouldn't even say anything, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a whole lot of frauds in the industry. But I wouldn't say anything. The only reason I'm saying something because he's saying something that I'm not. He's trying to tell the world that I'm not something that I really.
You're around when the deal benefits both sides, and when it doesn't, you're out. No emotions, no explanations. Just look at the pattern. Dame Dash, Kanye West, Beanie Sigel, all played major roles in Jay's come-up, and one by one, he cut them loose and never looked back. It's like once you're no longer part of the brand, you disappear from the blueprint, and it didn't stop there. Remember Jaz-O, the man who literally put Jay on? Jazz was mentoring him long before the world even knew the name Jay-Z. Once Jay-Z hit the top, everything changed. He switched up and left Jaz-O in the dust.
What was your relationship like with Jay-Z? Who were you to him?
Well, basically, I was his right-hand man. You know what I mean? Beyond that, we was brothers. For him not to even give me time, even to act like he didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? For all that I sacrificed, all that my people sacrificed, all that my family sacrificed. I never knew that it'd get to this. Even label me with some statements or some snitching statements. I think that's about the utmost disrespect.
It is, especially streetwise.
Streetwise.
That bond was supposed to be forever, but fame and money rewrote the story. Then there's DeHaven, one of Jay's oldest friends from the Marcy Projects, the man who helped Jay in the early days, kept him close, and looked out before the fame hit. But when Jay went full corporate, he acted like DeHaven never existed. DeHaven even came out publicly, saying Jay lied on his name, called him a snitch, and completely turned his back. When asked about his friendship with Jay, the pain in his voice said it all. Who was I to him? I guess I was just useful until I wasn't. So when Uncle Murda dropped that now famous line, Jay got business partners, but 50 got brothers. It wasn't just clever talk. It was straight truth. Jay moves like a businessman. Sharp, strategic, always thinking about the brand. But loyalty, that doesn't seem to be part of the plan. Nobody ever calls Jay loyal. They call him calculated, cold, corporate. But with 50, his loyalty runs deep. You can trace it all the way back to the beginning. The same people who were grinding with him from day one are still by his side today. And if someone's missing from that circle, it's not because 50 switched up, it's because they did. That's the real difference between 50 Cent and Jay-Z. One builds brotherhoods, the other builds boardrooms. What makes 50 stand out is that he never forgot who held him down when nobody wanted to touch him. Back when things got ugly in Queens, his day ones stayed by his side, and he's never let that loyalty go to waste. When he blew up, he didn't swap them out for flashy industry friends. He brought his real ones along for the ride. That's why, even decades later, you'll still see Yayo, Banks, and Uncle Murda right beside him, because they're not employees, they're family. Behind the scenes, people say 50 treats loyalty like his own business model.
Like I just said, we just came back off tour.
Yeah.
With Fifth, and we still touring. Still. And I do my own tours too for people. Oh, yo.
See,
I do my own tours. I did tours in Canada. I did a tour across the whole Germany and the Swiss Alps. And that's why I don't care about the hate. Cause I'm like, I got the possibility to do my own tour. Like something with Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak said Nori. Yayo said, Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too, if you want to say that. To Memphis Bleak, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in a setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleak on the stage or him being brought out.
I'm telling you, Yayo said, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him.
Oh, word? He said that?
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
I'm chewing the loud on my own. If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there. Right. So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzard budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let niggas know Hov don't have to.
Right. So,
He invests in his people, not just with money, but with opportunity. He gives them platforms, connects them with the right producers, and shows them how to flip that street hustle into real income. Fans even point out that 50 doesn't just hand out help, he equips his crew to win on their own. He's not trying to babysit anyone, he wants them to build their own legacies, Meanwhile, when it comes to Jay-Z, folks online keep saying he's always played chess, not checkers. Every move is strategic, every connection calculated. His relationships are business plays, beneficial but rarely personal. And the moment something doesn't fit that billion-dollar image, that bond quietly fades into the background. People still respect Jay-Z as a business genius, but even his biggest fans admit it's lonely at the top when your empire is built on deals instead of devotion. Fans started comparing the energy between both camps, G-Unit versus Roc Nation, and the difference is wild. When G-Unit links up, it feels like a brotherhood reunion. Real love, real laughs, real loyalty. But when Roc Nation shows up, it feels more like a corporate mixer. Everyone suited up, checking their watches and keeping conversations short. That's exactly what Uncle Murda meant when he said 50 builds brothers, not just brands. Even insiders in the industry say that 50's loyalty is the reason he's still respected across so many different circles. Rappers, actors, producers, they all say the same thing. If 50 rocks with you, he's rocking with you for real. And that kind of loyalty, it's rare in a game where most people switch sides the second money hits the table. What's crazy is, 50's version of loyalty isn't just emotional, it's strategic. He's shown over and over that taking care of your people actually makes your empire stronger. Every move he makes, whether it's in TV, music, or business, somehow includes that same loyal circle that's been with him since day one. When 50 Cent launched Power, he made sure his day ones ate too, giving them acting roles, production credits, and real connections in Hollywood. Then when BMF hit the screens, he brought in familiar faces from his come-up, the same people who helped shape his story from the block to the big screen. That's why folks still call him one of the realest in entertainment. And it's not just talk, there are receipts everywhere. Fans point out how Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda are still touring across the world because 50 keeps them booked and active. Even beyond music, 50 plugs his people into movie deals, podcasts, and touring opportunities. It's like he doesn't just chase success, he shares it. That's a rare mindset in an industry built on ego and competition. Meanwhile, the internet's been blowing up with comparisons between how 50 treats his crew versus how other moguls treat theirs. Some users joke that being in the 50 circle is like having lifetime job security, while others said being around Jay-Z feels more like an unpaid internship. Good until the networking stops. That one joke hit hard online because there's truth behind the humor. But underneath all the laughs, there's a deeper message. Both men represent completely different kinds of power. Jay-Z's style is all about silence, strategy, and exclusivity. He builds empires like a chess master. But 50, he leads through connection, loyalty, and shared wins. And that's exactly why people still rally behind him today. One values privacy, the other values presence. And that's exactly why fans stay locked in with 50 Cent, because he doesn't just talk about loyalty, he lives it. That's what Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo keep trying to tell everybody. This whole debate isn't about who's richer, it's about who's realer. Every time 50 puts his people on another move, another tour, another show, he's reminding the whole industry that success hits different when your whole team's eating with you. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. 50 moves with loyalty first, while Jay-Z moves with strategy first. And honestly, neither one is wrong, but one definitely feels more genuine, more human. 50's the type of dude who never forgets who held him down when he had nothing, and he makes sure those same ones are still winning now that he's on top. That's why fans respect him. His success feels shared, not selfish. Jay-Z, on the other hand, plays the long game like a chess master. Every move, every deal, every friendship fits into the bigger empire he's built. And that empire, it's almost untouchable, but it comes with distance. His relationships feel polished and professional, not personal. That's the trade-off. Strategy can make you a billionaire, but loyalty builds a family that'll ride forever. The internet's still going back and forth on who's the better boss, but at this point, it's not even about money anymore. It's about energy. 50's loyalty hits different because it feels real. You can see it when he's cracking jokes with Yayo on stage, shouting out Uncle Murda on Instagram, or setting his people up to win big. That's exactly what fans mean when they say, 50, don't switch up. So yeah, Jay might dominate the boardrooms, but 50 runs the hearts of his crew and his fans. That's why this whole debate blew up so fast. It's bigger than hip-hop. It's about the difference between business love and real love. But now I gotta know, whose side are you on? Are you rocking with 50's loyalty or Jay's strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm checking all of them. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button to stay locked in with Dripzine, like this video and share it with your crew. Let's keep this conversation going strong.